Hello and welcome to my new moon in Scorpio tarot card reading for October 2022. I cannot believe we are almost at the end of this year. So we have a few new moons left and then we are in 2023. So let's see what the cards have to say for us. The new moon is on Tuesday. I'm recording this on Friday, a little ahead of schedule. I will be opening a free masterclass on the new moon on Tuesday for 6 days following that date. So if you're listening to this and it's before this begins, you might want to check out the link and see how it feels to you. It's going to be fun. Okay, we're going to pull 3 cards from the OSHO deck, which is this. And we're going to do a collective now, an individual now, and then the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. If you remember last month, it was all about the mind, how the individual is struggling with the mind and what's looping and festering inside, and how do we work with that? We let go, which was the collective now. Can we let go of that grip, that control that we have individually over our minds? And then the highest possibilities for the lunar cycle was awareness. If you remember, it was the shape with like an emerging energy coming out of this shadowy background. So how has that played out for you? If you don't remember it, you may want to go back and just take a look and then contemplate, like, what has your last month been about? Has that played out for you? And how? It has absolutely for me. So I'm really curious to see what the next cards are going to show us. If you're watching this, it's because you have a match to something that is happening in my world energetically and the reality I'm creating. And so there's magic shifting in your life if you are tuning into this with me. Big magic. Okay, let's pull some cards. I'm going to start with, I'll shuffle them up here so you can see. I'm going to start with the collective now first, and then we will do the individual now, and then the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. So collective now. Nothingness. Isn't that the most perfect Scorpio card that there is? The individual now. Creativity. What comes from the void is creativity. And then the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. Ripeness. Oh, what did I tell you? I said this is a time of big magic. Big magic. Let's just review. You're in the unknown. Nothing. There's nothing. And then creativity. A spark of creativity emerges. And then it bears fruit. It bears fruit that are ready to be plucked. Okay, this is totally tying into the masterclass. I just created a video, and the video literally starts with, in the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing existed. Until a spark of creativity, of magic happened. And light came into the darkness. With the light was sound. You're going to have to listen to the rest on your own. You can find it on my Instagram or my Facebook or my YouTube. It's a video I put out on all the platforms. So good. All right, let's dive in. So we're going to start with, it's so funny because I have all this light coming in the window, so the card doesn't look quite as solidly nothing as it is. It looks like there's all this light. When you look at that card, what does it bring up in you? Like, what does it feel like to just look at a blank card with nothing on it? What does that feel like in your body? So I will share with you my experience of this card. Hang on, I need a little more support at my back, which is so symbolic, isn't it, right now? I'm going to call in Source God, the universe, at my back to support me while I talk about nothingness. Nothingness going into creativity. I mean, come on. When I first bought this deck, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, it's been a while. It's the only deck I had for probably 5 years. I went through all the cards because I wanted to see. I didn't know oracle cards. I mean, I'd played with them with other people, but I'm like, I don't know, what does it even mean? And I didn't know Osho's work and Zen, and so I studied the cards a lot. And this card, literally, I didn't like. I'm like, there's nothing on it. There's no thing. What does that even mean? And I don't understand. And so anytime it would show up, I was like, oh no, the world is going to fall apart. It's going to be terrible. And then I may have mentioned this in previous new moon readings, but I was at a plant medicine ceremony with this beautiful teacher, and they were talking before it started about chaos and how we can be in the chaos and be okay with it, and how we find stillness in the midst of the chaos, and what that even feels like in the body, and how the plant medicine can support that shift in comfort level, in acceptance of the chaos. And as they started, I was like, I'm not going in the chaos. Why would I want to go in the chaos? These people are losing their minds around me. I don't need to do that. And so the teacher that I was with, she said, come sit down over here. Some of my greatest teachers have said that to me. Come sit down over here. And what I know that means is you're about to learn something. So I sat down in the grass at this house in the middle of the suburb on I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. And I'm like, what is even this life? What am I even doing? And she said, close your eyes. And so I sat there with my eyes closed. And she said, what do you hear? And I was like, nothing. Nothing. I don't hear anything. Like, it's just too much. And what do they even mean by this chaos? Like, that's all I could do is think about the chaos. And she said, no. Listen. And as I sat there, like, I could hear people talking. I could hear the hum of the air conditioning unit turn on. I could hear, like, the wind moving through the trees. I could hear sort of like birds or some, like, the sound off in the distance. I could hear a car. Like, there were all these sounds. And she said, it isn't nothing, it's everything. It's everything. That experience changed my life. I came home. I mean, it was just a profound experience overall, but I came home and I created a meditation called Nothing Becomes Everything, or Nothing is Everything. And it was a guided process of tuning into that connection to everything that's going on around us. And so my understanding of this card has changed, because now when I look at this, I don't see nothing. I see pure potential, pure void in which anything could be created. Anything is possible. Like, it's all open. And this is the new moon energy, right? The moon is void. There is no big reflected light switch in the middle of the sky. There's stars. You can see the stars, but you can't see that one big orb that is the spotlight that grounds us and centers us. And so you're literally in this unknown, empty space filled with potential, filled with stars waiting to be discovered, filled with all the magic that could ever be created. New moon in Scorpio, partial solar eclipse, change, transformation, a complete redefining of who you are, of who I am, of who the collective is, of what the collective even means. Like, it's all open. So, nothingness, no thingness. Collective now. So what happens within the collective now is we have all these sparks of creativity that are waiting to be birthed, or that are in the pure potential. So if this is all, everything combined, this is the 8 billion of us that are souls dancing around on our planet, waiting to express. Creativity expressed through the individual. That's what makes up 8 billion souls in human forms. So, what do you notice when you see this card? So you can see the figure, the woman that, what does it look like? She's got the moon. It almost looks like the earth is eclipsing the moon is eclipsing the sun. Can you see that in the background up over here? It almost looks like a partial solar eclipse, doesn't it? and then all the colors of the earth. I think I've described this card before as Gaia, earth, like the consciousness of our planet and her creative vortex energy. Like Gaia was birthed from nothing. This was the universe, and then here's Earth. And then on top of that are all the humans, right? But here she is in all of her beauty and her color and her creative expression. So if we are sitting, we'll bring this back to the new moon tarot card reading, new moon for Scorpio. So Scorpio energy would say, we don't know, it's unknown. It's pure potential. Change could happen in any moment. All possibilities are available. All karmic debts can be erased. Everything can be rewritten, right? This would be Scorpio energy. Anything can be rewritten into something new. So we're in the potential of it. Individually, within that potential, what do you want to create? Or better yet, how do you want to express your creativity? So it doesn't even mean you have to create something. It just means, can you allow creative energy to flow through you? And that may be as simple as, well, I'll describe how I experience it. How about that? Creativity for me is often this. I sit in front of a video camera or with my phone and I tap into this I tap into pure potential, consciousness, the universe, the galaxy, and then I flow through creative life force, energy. I open up the channel that allows this energy to flow through me. So yes, it creates a video. Yes, it creates an audio or a book or a product or a something. But it's the creative flow that is my unique expression of it. It's me allowing this of energy to move through creative life force. And as that happens, when that energy meets my mouth and words are said, or when it meets my hands and things are typed or drawn or cooked or touched or felt, or right, like when the energy moves through us and then our body wants to express it in some way, there perhaps is something that is formed from that. Sometimes it's just the expression of the energy moving through. It's, when you're, I'm trying to think how to even describe this. I guess it's like when you're around someone who's in a bad mood and you're around someone who's in a good mood. So if I'm just in your presence and my energy is like, it impacts you. Maybe not, but most times it kind of rubs off, right? That negativity rubs off on you. It's the same with positivity. So if I bring all of this creative sparks of magic and all the things, and I come and I sit in a room with you, I don't even have to do anything. I'm just in the space with you, and like, right? You can feel the pulsing energy. You can feel the joy, the excitement, the creative life force just by being in the same space with someone. I don't have to actually give you something or touch you or do something to you. I just am in the room with you, and you can feel creativity. It sparks something awake inside of you. It's like, wow, like I just feel better. I feel inspired. Maybe I'm going to go for a walk outside. Maybe I'm going to go to the store and like get some stuff and make a really yummy meal. Maybe I'm going to go have a great conversation with a friend because just being around that energy made me feel better, and I feel like I could go do all these things. It's creativity, it's energy, it's movement, it's expression, and it doesn't always have to have a tangible output. It doesn't have to have something that I can pick up and hold and sell to you or buy from you or gift to you, or it's just energy, consciousness moving through us. And it comes from the pure potential of anything, nothing, all things, the void, creativity. So if collectively we're in this new moon Scorpio void of transformation where anything is possible, and a spark of creativity, of magic happens, and light comes into the darkness. And with the light comes sound, and the sound is Om. And all of this magic starts to happen. Doesn't that excite you as an individual? Like, I describe this also as flow. Like, you know, when your energy is stagnant, when you're in your comfort, you're in your like cocoon and you're settled, and you have your routine, you do the things you do, you think the things you think, and you act the ways you act, and you're in the relationships you're in, and like rut, that's the word. When you're in the rut, when you're in the routine that's a rut, and you're just doing all your things, and you're doing all your things, and you start to become numb, you start to become mindless. It's like you're just on the wheel, the hamster wheel, and you're just doing all the things. And then, whoosh, right? Someone shows up, or this video pops in, or someone calls you, or they come to your door and ring your bell, which nobody does anymore. But like all of a sudden there's this like whoosh, burst of freshness, newness, something. And that energy bumps into you. And then all of a sudden you're like a little dissatisfied with the routine, a little irritated with the rut. All of a sudden you're like, I need to do something. What do I need to do? Something. And the creative life force starts to like, I call that flow. It's like you're stagnant, and then life or energy or a soul or something bumps up against you. And then you're back. You're back in the flow, the rhythm of life in a new way, with maybe a new little twist to the way that you're moving, or a new little color to the life that you've been painting for yourself. There's just this something different. A little spark has changed things in your life. Individually, that's what's possible. That's what's happening right now. From that, the highest possibilities are ripeness. So, what do you notice about this card? Highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. So I'm going to put it next to the creativity card and let you see them side by side. Here's what it looks like to me. It's like, it's like this is the canvas or the artist or the creator with all these options. Like, what do I paint? What do I do? What do I create? Oh, I'll draw fruit, I'll paint fruit, and then I'll have the fruit be so ripe that it's already ready to drop here to the earth. So the artist creates art, and the art is manifested. It's already ripe and ready to go. Ready to be picked up right here. You don't even have to wait for it to hit the ground. It's already painted on the ground, ready for you to go, thank you. Right? Or go sell it or do whatever you're going to do with it. Bake an apple pie. That's my kid's favorite. Bake an apple pie with all the apples, Mom. So let's recap. Pure potential, collective now, anything is possible. New moon is Scorpio, transformation, magic is all around. From there, start creating. Paint, design, draw, express, be, flow. You don't have to go create an output. Flow. Tap back into flow, life force. When you do that, when you tap into this life force, you can immediately start to harvest the fruits of what you created. Immediately. You will create ripe fruit. You don't have to wait 20, 30 years. What is it? The average business grows in 5 to 7 years. Sure. Or you could just manifest your reality by designing it, drawing it, tapping that creative energy and forming exactly what it is that you desire. So fruit seems to be if I'm looking at it from the lens of an artist, fruit seems to be easy to draw. There's no human form in there. Everybody draws fruit. Everybody paints fruit. There's always bowls of fruit, trees of fruit, right? Like that's a very common manifestation. Can you draw it alive in the tree and already manifesting on the ground? So what comes up in you as I say that? Can you draw it? Can you draw your own reality alive, creating more, birthing more, and already manifested on the ground, ready to be received on the ground? You don't have to climb a tree. You don't have to stand on a ladder. You don't have to bring a bucket. You just pick it up. You just pick it up off the ground. It's already yours. Like what comes up as I say that? Is there a sense of like, I know this, this is true, I believe this, I feel this, like I can feel my heart going, yes, I could just paint it that way, pick it up and off I go, like I'm in my reality, I'm creating and drawing every part of my reality, I could just do this. Can I really do this? What was it someone said? The line between anxiety or anticipation, no, that's not it. The line between anxiety and anticipation or excitement is very thin. It's like almost the same, except anxiety to me is connected to fear. Like, I could never, it's not possible. It's not going to happen. I'm afraid it might happen. What if it doesn't happen? Anticipation is, oh my gosh, it's happening. It's already, I painted it. I drew it. I called this in. It's already happening. Yes, that's me. That's the difference in those two emotions. So if we're in the unknown and we are literally creating the creativity card, we are creating our realities. Why don't we choose to create the ones that are already abundant, already manifesting or manifested, already bringing us all that we desire? Ripeness, it's ready. You don't have to wait. You don't have to work your ass off. You just receive it. And if you notice, right here is a little crescent moon. So this could be, depending on how you want to look at this card, this could be the light of the partial solar eclipse, like as it's moving through. This could represent actually the sun as the moon is moving through. And it's like, oh, here, you can have this the exact same day as the new moon, if you'd like. Or it could be the first crescent moon as we make our way towards the full moon. Or it could be at the end of the cycle as the next new moon is about to begin. So in the arc of the whole lunar cycle from now until the next new moon, it could be today. It could be in a few days. It could be right at the end in a few weeks. Or anywhere in between. You manifest all that you desire. Why? Because you can. Because you are the creator. You are the artist. You are the one who is designing the entire thing. So what do you want to design? How do you want to design it? What do you want it to look and feel like? Be really clear on the energy of it and allow it to be as easy as you would like. I would say it's going to be an amazing new moon energy. All right, I am going to go create an extended video reading and a new moon meditation, which will bring all of this magic into a guided visualization exercise. The combined price for all of that is $33 for the sign of Scorpio. So you will get all of those little magical pieces together. And the masterclass begins on the new moon in Scorpio on Tuesday. And it will run for 6 days. And then the Facebook group where we'll be having a whole bunch of conversation about it will be open for 1 month. So if this is a conversation that you want to be in, perhaps you want to join the masterclass. Come have some fun with us. I'll put the link in the description. I am wishing you the most beautiful new moon and cycle following that. Big, big love.